need to take down about 10.
Stow your fear. It's now or never.
We'll win this. I know we will.
Morning. Oh, wrong data center. Where is the quest? It's in Kugane, I think, right? Where eagles nest. No, there's Gangos. Connects to the dome and outside. How do I? Hail to the Queen. Okay. In Kugane. Alright, let's see. Where are we going? That's the... I need to do that quest. Hail to the Queen, over there. It's been a bit since I've been in Kugane. I love this city. But Lord, what auspicious timing! I intended to send a missive to the Rising Stones, but it seems it's no longer necessary. Master Hancock wishes to speak with you regarding a matter of great import, but I can imagine what other duties yet demand your attention. Still, he would request you meet him in the Ruby Bazaar at your earliest convenience. Oh, hi, wandering minstrel. Do you have... inspiration. Okay, well, I can't do anything yet. I have not done most content on Baron yet. Greetings, honored sir. Yes. So, he returns at last. From what Tataru's told me, you've come rather a long way, to put it mildly. And while the Scions remained locked in slumber, she sought aid from all corners of the realm. In fact, it was I whom she first turned to when searching for a champion to assist her in your absence. Though you've no doubt surmised, I did not call you here to discuss such matters. We recently received word from Lord Kian that the Bozjan resistance, our comrades in the Eastern Alliance, seek the aid of distinguished heroes in their fight against the Empire, and naturally your name immediately sprang to mind. The Bozjan resistance, you say? I do know that they're part of the Eastern Alliance. Fuck, I didn't read that. Indeed, from a small nation found in the southern reaches of Ilzabar to the west of Dalmasca, they were no doubt among the first to fall to the Empire. Yet it would seem their hearts have yet to give way to despair, and with the Empire now in disarray, they would seize the opportunity to fight back. If you would know the details in full, I think it's best you speak with Lord Hien. His endless list of commitments make him a hard man to find, however, so perhaps you can have one of his attendants at the House of the Fierce track him down for you. Greetings, good sir. Lord Hien has been expecting you. When word reached to us from the Bozjan resistance, Lord Hien knew at once there was but one man to whom he could turn. He left the coattails not too long ago. The view of Doma Castle helps to calm his mind. This way, if you please. This way, atop the broken bridge, you'll be most glad for your arrival. Do you remember when we first shared a view of this castle together? Still under Garlean's control, perhaps, yet for all their wickedness, its beauty would not be so easily sullied. It's good to see you, my friend. You must forgive me for foregoing pleasantries, but our guest here is in dire need of your help. Marzak of the Bozjan Resistance, pleasure to make your acquaintance. As you have no doubt already guessed from Lord Hien, my people seek to reclaim our homeland from the Empire. Under his auspices and that of the Eorzean Alliance, we aim to do just that. However, we recently received word that the 4th Imperial Legion has been making plans of their own. As long as the held provinces of it has long held the provinces of Nagsha, Dalmasca, and Bozja in an iron grip, using its Dalmascan headquarters to house the bulk of its forces. Until recently, that is. They appear to be diverting resources and manpower to their forces stationed in Bozja. In fact, 3 battalions are en route as we speak. We thought perhaps to strike before they can fully assemble, but the Bozjan resistance lacks the means to drive them off on its own. Aid from the Dalmascan resistance groups may have sufficed. Sadly, even Fran of Lanciers has been unable to bring an end to their infighting. All hope is not lost, however, for Lord Hien has made a most intriguing proposal. An idea not my own, I must confess. We have our old friend Gosetsu to thank. As the Empire tightened its grip on Doma, our people were at a crossroads. Would they lay down and surrender, or stand up and fight? You sought me out, that I could become the spark that lit the fire of rebellion. The same must be done for the Bosnians. They require a standard under which they can rally, a symbol of hope to steel them for what is to come. Lacking a living figurehead such as Lord Hien, my comrades and I looked to our nation's past for inspiration. There we found the answer we sought, Gunhilder's blades. They were the elite guard of Queen Gunhilder, possessed of weapons blessed by the gods. Their exploits would become legend after defending our peoples against the Allagans in the Third Astral Era. The strength of their steel was matched only by their dedication to the Queen. Should one lose their life in her service, their holy blade was then passed on to a successor. In time, their title would lend itself to the most renowned of their weaponry, the Gunblade, but in truth, each member of her guard was a master of a unique weapon. Through these sacred relics, though these sacred relics have been lost to time, I would see them forged anew. Armed thus, our people would know no fear and drive back our oppressors, just as Queen Gunhilder did to the Allagans. An adamant and lofty and otherwise unattainable goal for one such as I, which is why I have traveled far and wide in search of great minds and heroes who might lend us their aid. We would be honored to have one of your renown at our side. We value the Bosnians' commitment to the cause, and I would see their plans come to fruition. Unfortunately, duty demands that I remain here. I could not in good conscience leave knowing the Empire yet threatens the border to Alamigo. Should you choose to accompany him to Bozja, might I ask that you also act as representative of the Eastern Alliance in my stead? I'll do what I can. I'm not the politician of the group. Thank you, my friend. If there's aught else you require of the Eastern Alliance, you'd only ask. Safe travels to you both. An airship to our base has been prepared for us at the Enclave's dock. I hope you'll see you there soon. When you finish your preparations, let's meet at the dock and we can be on our way. Yeah, I should probably report. Oh yeah, that's still there. That's probably fine. All are free to travel in and out of the Enclave. Do you see passage? Yes. Oh. It's right here. Our destination is Gangos, the Resistance base of operations. To ensure that we remain unnoticed by the Empire, the ship is one of the few permitted to travel twixt Doma and the other provinces. Should you need to travel to Gangos in the future, I ask that you come here to do so. That we should play host to the Liberator of Doma and Alamigo himself. I did not think you could be persuaded to help us. I'm assuming the J is pronounced like a Y, like Bozja. Bayezien? Bayezien? Leader of the Bosnian Resistance. Not the best choice for the job, if I'm to be frank, but I'll bear the title all the same. Bloody hells, man. You won't inspire much confidence speaking like that. You're quite right, Master Geralt. While you're here, won't you come and welcome our guest? Don't I know you from somewhere? I know, you're that bloke that saved Eorzea from the Garlands or some such. Theron, was it? What's the matter? You look like someone pissed in your porridge. Eorzea's greatest hero and her finest blacksmith. With the two of you here, our plan is sure to succeed. Would that Queen Gunhilda were here to witness this. Oh, just between us, I'm only here to pay off me debts to that black-hearted snake Rowena. She's been selling supplies to the Resistance, and they happened to mention they were needing of a smithy, so she went and told them the greatest bleeding smithy in the I'm the greatest bleeding smithy in the realm with the skill that put Brygot himself to shame. Can't rightly say I'm even half of what she claimed, but I'll do me damnedest. They're happy to pay me with good grub and even better booze, so I'll play along, will ya? Now that you're both here, I believe it's time our plans are made clear. Yes, of course. Our goal is to reforge the weapons wielded by Gunhilda's blades. Simple in principle, less so in execution. The weapons themselves were, and most of the text denoting the history of Her Majesty and her guard were lost at the devastation of the Fourth Umbral Calamity. That said, we have managed to obtain certain pieces of information, and coupled with Master Geralt's knowledge and expertise, we have made great strides in reproducing these vaunted Blades of Eld. I've worked out the manner of weapons they wielded, and the shape and weight, but even the materials needed for me to forge, but we've learned bugger all about what gave them spirit. It said Queen Gunhilda etched a holy inscription into each blade, thus granting them power of the gods. Unfortunately, no records of any such engravings remain, but there is still hope. Though not but pale imitations, there once existed replicas which may very well have borne these inscriptions. Alas, they were lost when Bozja Citadel fell. Do you know of the Bozja incident? "15 summers past, the Garleans were conducting experiments, seeking a means to make contact with the lesser moon Dalamud. They believed the satellite to be possessed of immense power, and a lunar transmitter was erected in the hopes of harnessing it. But when the transmitter was activated and the signal sent, Dalamud responded with an immense blast of raw energy. The destruction wrought defied reckoning. The citadel, the relics of Gunhilder's kingdom, naught was left but smoke and ash. Hope ain't lost yet, though. The citadel's been wiped off the bloody map, aye, but there's still a way for us to find those inscriptions, or so I've been told. An explanation better left to one far more knowledgeable than I. Oh yeah, you're from the Ivolus raids. Right? It's good to see you again, though I had hoped to accomplish more before your arrival. I'm sure your help will be as invaluable now as it was aboard the Prima Vista. You're far too kind. If not for your heroes, Ramza and Alma would have... It's fine. I did it because the world needed saving. Honestly, I was still debating leaving Ramza there. From the onset of our endeavor, it was abundantly clear that one versed in aetherology would be essential. We relayed this to the Alliance, who then introduced us to Makoto. She is said to be one of the most brilliant minds among the students of Baldessian. And yet, it's my ineptitude that demands her presence here. I was all but certain that Geralt and I alone would suffice for this, but alas. The matter which she speaks concerned a long-forgotten practice of the holy men who once inhabited these lands. Utilizing uniquely aspected crystals, these seers were able to provide succor for those with ailments of the mind. They possess the ability to shape their very memories, removing those deemed harmful and replacing them that the patient might find some semblance of peace. I too dismissed the notion that such practices could exist, that is until a recent excavation unearthed some compelling evidence of their work. Crystals, we believe, were used in their healing. Fortunately, we were unable to discern how they are meant to be used. It was at this juncture that we petitioned for Makoto's assistance. Well, lass, made any progress? My initial analysis suggests the crystals were artificially created at some point in the distant past. The materials suggest they are most likely produced by the ancestral peoples of this area. What's more, their etherical signature is strikingly similar to the oscillatory activity of brainwaves, which, when made to resonate with the distinct frequency of NRR harmonic vibrations of an individual... I've done it again, haven't I? I think a simpler approach is in order. Every living being is comprised of corporeal ether of the flesh, incorporeal ether of the soul, and the ethereal residue of their memories. Were one to be possessed of only corporeal ether, they would be but a walking corpse. Conversely, entities comprised of only incorporeal ether are referred to in layman's terms as ghosts. In either case, they also retain some of their residual memories. Zombies and ghosts, I follow. These crystals are able to isolate and resonate with the ethereal signature of memories. This allowed the seers to probe the minds of their patients. That's all well and good, lass, but if the mind ain't what if their mind ain't what it used to be, or they was too deep in the cups to remember what they were looking for? An excellent question, Master Geralt. We are all possessed of two types of memory, explicit and implicit. As the name suggests, explicit memories refer to an active remembrance of previous experiences, while implicit memories are acquired and stored passively. For example, when making new acquaintance, their appearance will become part of your explicit memory, allowing you to recall such information. Should a great deal of time pass without meeting, however, such recollection can prove difficult. Yet in that moment, your mind also takes record of the sounds and smells of the location, the temperature, and so on. Perhaps a demonstration would be better explain this phenomenon. Don't we need some sort of spell? Thankfully, that will not be necessary. When I was first told of the seers and their practices, I was immediately reminded of your ability to peer into the past. I believe these people were blessed with a similar gift, and it's for that reason they were chosen to serve as seers. Though I too am possessed of the Echo, I lack the ability to peer into the past as you do, and thus have been unable to wield the power of these crystals. That's why we called you here. Till now, I could do not but posit theories. With your help, however, I may now put them to proof. You, Master Geralt, shall be my first test subject. I'd like you to recall the last time you experienced the Echo. Concentrate on that feeling. Master Geralt, I need you to recall a memory of the past. It may be anything you like. You better not go poking around in there digging up something unsavory, you hear, lass? Please, Master Geralt, focus. This is most unexpected. For reasons I cannot yet explain, it appears the Echo has allowed me to accompany you into this memory. You're a skilled smith, Geralt. There's no denying that, but you hold money about as well as your liquor. Well, what bloody good is money if you can't spend it? A man has to live a little, Rowena. Aye, and it wouldn't hurt for a man to use his head neither. With all that talent of yours, I reckon you could have amassed a small fortune by now. Could have been you sitting on the syndicate instead of Godbert. As if I'd ever want to be anything like that doddering old half-dressed. Didn't realize my memory was so sharp. As you can see, implicit memory is surprisingly comprehensive. From the clear skies and the ocean waves down to the exact words of your conversation, everything appears to have been perfectly preserved. You weren't listening to any of that, were you? Every time someone gives you advice, you turn around and do the complete sodden opposite. I used to like that rebellious streak of yours, but now I see you're just a bloody idiot. Honestly, I don't know what I ever saw in you. Whatever it is you think you saw, it ain't as if I've changed since then. And you haven't neither. Still as beautiful as the day we met. Well, hold on a minute. I never said anything like that. Swear to me last mug of ale. Implicit memories, while quite comprehensive, are not always true to fact. In case of the painful or otherwise undesirable experiences, otherwise undesirable experiences, they can be obfuscated to protect oneself from hard truths. Our perception of reality can also distort them as well. Even when first committed to the mind, then, as time passes, such distortions can grow. Happy memories become more joyous, sad ones all the more bitter. Explicit memory is particularly sensitive to such representation of events, for man is wont to remember what is most convenient for his worldview. That's why we seek the implicit, for we are most like to find the truth. The truth? Marina and me were only here a week ago. Don't tell me my memory is that bleeding unreliable. A self-imposed delusion, perhaps. As I said before, the mind has a way of concealing painful memories. Yeah, ain't feeling so well, if you'll excuse me. As you can see, the crystals will allow us to choose specific points in a person's past to observe at will. Unlike the echo, however, what we see will not always be as it really was. Yet there still remains a matter of finding one who has seen the replica weapons and their inscriptions. At this present juncture, we might as well be looking for a ghost. After the Garlean invasion of Bozja, it was all but cut off from the world. None were allowed in or out, meaning all of its residents, and likely any who may have glimpsed the weapon, died when the citadel was destroyed. What about the soldiers stationed there who were away at the time of the incident? But even if we were to find them, I doubt they could be persuaded to cooperate. You saw it too? My visions. They're not of what has come to pass, but what is yet to be. Could it be the crystal allowed us to share my vision as well? Are you two alright? Sid Garland, son of the monster behind the Meteor Project. Come to think of it, Yugiri mentioned the Doma and the Eorzean Alliance have been receiving support from Garland Ironworks. I thought that the company should use such a moniker mere happenstance, but you mean to say Sid Garland owns this company? The son of Midasnan Garland lives. We must do something at once. If he was at the Citadel prior to its destruction, it's quite possible he may have seen the replicas. Fate is indeed a cruel mistress, pinning our hopes on a Garlean. The get of that bastard Midas, no less. Is there truly another way? Please. Very well, I only hope that our fallen comrades can forgive us. Sid's a good dude. We love Sid. We love Sid in this house. Maybe not his boyfriend. We don't bring the boyfriend. Please bring us to Sid Garland for the people of Bozja and for all of Ilsabard. Our exploration of Master Geralt's memories was a success, largely in part to his trust in you, I suspect. And it's fortunate for us that you should also be a good acquaintance of Sid's. I'm sure there's much you must do to prepare, so I'll not keep you. Was there something else? I'm good. You should know Sid Garland's hardly surprising. I only hope he is not so engrossed in his work that he cannot find the aid to assist us. I'll not keep you, unless, of course, there's something you wish to ask me. Good. Son of Binestan Garland, an Imperial deserter. What curious company we keep. Forgive me, is there aught you need? I'm good. I don't need lore right now. I do not imagine he sympathizes with our plight, but from what I gather, he has no love of the Empire either. And if that will suffice in persuading him to aid us, then so be it. I hear there are engineers stationed at Ralger's Reach. Perhaps you can begin your search for Garland there. Is there a aetheryte here? There is not, is there? Aren't you Baron, savior of Eorzea, liberator of Alamigo, and so on and so forth? The name's Lilja? News recruit to the Ironworks. What can I do for you? I need to know where Sid is, and I know that Biggs and Wedge are stationed over there, but technically speaking, they're not because they just haven't done the quest yet. Too busy by half, according to Jesse. Between you and me, though, I think it's a load of... Oh, do go on. A load of what? I was saying, what a load off your shoulders it must be, knowing the chief is back from whatever he was doing. Speaking of whom, Baron said he wanted to speak a word with him. What was it about again? God damn it, Lilja. You might hear better than most, but you're a terrible listener. Would you mind starting again from the beginning? I see. Well, you just missed him. Sayru's wall is due for maintenance, and he had a mind to oversee it personally. That said, any matters concerning you are top priority. I'll see if I can reach him. I take it this is an average day for you? Must be hard, always having to put on a brave face as you're thrust into danger. People tugging you this way and that like some sort of errand boy. Not that we don't appreciate what you do for us. Goodness knows I do. In fact, well, you see, I'm something of a fan. I knew the Ironworks worked with you on occasion, but I didn't think I'd have a chance to meet you in person. Can I shake your hand? Sid being back took a load off my shoulders, not yours. Don't you have work to do? Oh, right. Duty calls. But hopefully we'll meet again soon. Chief says he'll meet you at the Doman Enclave. Not the most convenient of locations, but it'll have to do, I'm afraid. One more thing. The Bozja incident's something of a sore spot for the Chief. Even if it was an accident, most people outside the Empire remember it as a massacre. The chief tried to put a stop to his father's experiment, but all his pleas fell on deaf ears. Even now, he still blames himself for it all. Should have tried harder, he'd say. I could have saved him. I could have saved all of them. That genius and all that genius, and the man can't find a way to forgive himself. So if you're aiming to go digging through his past, be careful. I dread to think what demons he's got locked away in that brain of his. She's tough as magic armor plating when she wants to be, but her heart's in the right place. Shame that she's always so busy. As are you, if I'm not mistaken. I won't keep you any longer. Best of luck. Yeah, this matters, really. The chief said he'd be meeting you at the Dome and Enclave, didn't he? Well, best not to keep him waiting. All free travel and another yeah. Master Garland, yes, I've seen him restlessly pacing about the Enclave. If you wait here, I'm sure I'll come by before long. It's hard to believe this place was, until recently, occupied by the Garleans. Doma has a long way to go before it regains its former glory, but they're off to a good start. So I've heard. If the Bosnians was to follow the Doman's lead, I plan to do what I can to help them. In fact, I've already spoken to Lord Hien, and agreed to divert part of the Ironworks' resources to assist in Doma's reconstruction. The offer seemed to have taken him by surprise, but I assured him that in addition to Ironworks' commitment to freedom through technology, I have my own reasons to reverse the destruction wrought by the Empire. While it's true that I eventually defected, I played no small part in the development of Magitech now used by their military. Sometimes it's the threads that you can't see that have the strongest ties. Would that I could cut them. How'd Lord Hien take your response? Our talks were focused mainly on the reconstruction, as we thought it best to wait for your arrival to discuss how I might help the Bosnians. If I could have made my father see reason, there would have been no Bozja incident. I was powerless to stop him. Yes, you're right. There's a time for wallowing in self-pity and a time for action. I plan to do whatever I can for the Bosnian resistance, but they're up against the 4th Legion. If they're to stand a chance, their allies here in the east won't be enough. They're going to need all the help they can muster. Not entirely sure what part I'll have to play in all of this, and I doubt anything I do now will be enough to atone for my past mistakes. But if it means throwing a spanner in the Empire's works, then count me in. Upon speaking with Makoto, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Oh man! This is the first time I've seen a several cutscenes will play in sequence thing in a side quest. I was gonna say, there's a lot of story to Bozja. If you're ready, I would begin our exploration. Think back to your time at the Bozja Citadel. You need focus on a specific memory, if that helps. Alright, just promise you'll be careful in there. Bozja Citadel, alright. At least I think it was. Was everything so distorted before? The recollection of this place appears grossly incomplete. I can but assume your memory is being warped by your subconscious. Well, I'd rather not stand around laboring over details. Let's look for the transmission tower and the Principa. Anything of import would have been stored there. See that? A military base appeared out of thin air, or out of my mind, I suppose. Did it appear because he mentioned the Principa, I wonder? What in the world? The road just ends. Consequence of your incomplete memories. You have to think back, Sid. Where does this road lead? This all seems so absurd. Recalling the Citadel shouldn't be so difficult. Do you remember where the Imperial troops were heading? Not specifically, no, but they were on edge. Something to do with the Academy's research. Remember the blue of the cobblestone streets, not for the occasional military if not for the occasional military installation, it would have looked like any other city. I remember. Let me turn the volume down just a teeny bit. You've done it, Sid. The road, the way forward opens. We should be able to reach the Principa if we keep heading north. There's the transmission tower. Site of the Bozja incident. The road's cut off again. Come on, Sid. You have to remember. Try as I might, my mind's so drawing a blank. Maybe there's something around here that might jog my memory. Psychological stimulus to prompt recollection. That just might work. And the smoldering remains of Magitech armor, no doubt left after a fierce battle. And not of Imperial design. Weapons and Magitech armor. Right, the fighting had already started, and I was well done. Let's press onward. It's all starting to come back to me now. Music's fading away. The tension in the air is palpable. Alright, these soldiers were on high alert that day. Bozja resistance had infiltrated the Citadel to stop the Academy's experiments. Do you suppose it's possible we can temper this with memory? Curious question, one I believe worth investigating. Shall we? So you suppose it's possible we can tamper with this memory? Oh, they got back up. I see. There appears to be mending itself. Interesting. Altering memory is easier said than done, it seems. Well, let's keep going. Not the hole. You don't know the price for insurrection? Principa, inside is the transmission tower. What in the seven hells are these? Could they be manifestations of your subconscious? If so, they likely seek to suppress your memories of the Citadel. I mean, they intend to purge us from your mind. We cannot let them. Oh god, there's so many. Curious if we can defeat these not the soldiers earlier, perhaps because they're not truly a part of this memory? We'll worry about that later. Come on, we're nearly to the tower. Just a little further. Oh, hey, Bahamut. Bahamut, has to be another attempt for your subconscious to stop us. You have to pull yourself together. Are we sure I'm not suffering from a sudden onset of psychosis? In a bit. Gallows is the one that's, yeah, here. Careful, I do not like the look of this. Psyche deteriorating? I feel like I should be doing this so much faster. Hold on for Sid. We did it! Thank you. I feel better now. Perhaps now your subconscious will be more forthcoming with this truth and this memory. Is that Sid? Do you recall this happening? He's in his Realm Reborn outfit. Father was so angry that day. Father, please, if you would just look over this data. Enough, damn you. Next time you question me, it shall be your last. Now leave. You of all people should understand the risks. Why do you refuse to see reason? Oh, is that the blades? Are those the blades? So they're unlike him to overlook data, no matter the source. Look here, he left behind his research documentation. Hang on, I want to see if those are the blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I don't think they said how many there were. Pick up the research documents and find page after page of meticulous calculations and observational data of Dalamud. Young Sid posits that the Lesser Moon may very well possess the ability to harness and manipulate solar power. Moreover, the vast stores of energy it has accumulated over the millennia, should they be unleashed, would far exceed any parameters the transmission tower may have been designed to withstand. The gods, this data, the Empire would invite a calamity. So many sleepless nights spent on those damn papers, all for nothing. If my suspicions are correct, then he was already... Never mind, let's press on. The truth awaits. There they are, the replicas of Gunhilder's blades. You know your place, Whelp. The Meteor Project cannot and will not be stopped, certainly not by the likes of you. This is wrong. Emperor Solus couldn't have been there. Oh. So you mustn't forget, this is only a memory. Blessed garland, bringer of ruin, herald of ash, your father must be proud. How does it feel to know such a calamity follows in your wake, that your failings bring death to all you hold dear? And now you would set this filth against me. Very well. We get the Varus boss fight that we never got in the main game. One fate awaits those who oppose the will of the Empire. This trauma's too much. He's lost control. But this memory is false, Baron. Perhaps you and I can alter it with the Echo. Think of your truest friends. Biggs and Wedge. And Nero, who's more than a friend. Oh, I thought I was talking to Sid. I'm thinking of my truest friends. Reen's here! Reen! You know, she'd be so on board to help Sid. The man that she knows. It's always your greatest strength, instilling in others the courage to rise up, the courage to fight for what's right. God, I love this boss theme so much. Let's do it! The gang's all here! Getting Split Hexblade's curse on them. It is also funny that this was not listed as an instance. Like, it didn't have the glowy, there was no, like, glowy, thing around Makoto when I went into it. By me. I can take the brunt of it, but I'll need a little help. Of course your husband is helping you out here. You're not gonna kill Urianje's man. Even in just memories, we know they're so gay. Right. Emperor Lord Varus, he wasn't there. The Academy was given full charge of the project. Though these events are as you remember them, it's not the truth. Not entirely. Whoever this is, your mind has been trying to protect you from them. It was your dad, probably. Your dad shot you. And you can't you don't want to remember it. He did say it would be your last. Well, if it isn't Varus, then who the hell's is it? What could I possibly have to hide from myself? I feel like that should be easy to put together. It was you who pulled the trigger, Father. Sid, look, his eyes. Can't be. If contacted Dalamud was able to stir Bahamut to consciousness, it stands to reason the Dreadworm discovered a way to link the tower and thereby enslave your father. In which case, there was nothing that could be done for him. There is no arguing or reasoning with such individuals. There is only the will of the Primal. And if Bahamut was controlling your father at the time of the accident, then in all likelihood, it wasn't an accident. And so the truth finally comes to light. Are we not going to look at the blades first? Are we not going to, like, inspect the blades? I understand that for us, the more important thing is Sid's trauma, but the mission was to look at the blades. Bahamut's thrall, and no one was the wiser, not even your own son. You crazy bastards did it! Once Makoto described the inscriptions to me, I'll have those weapons forged in no time. On behalf of the Bosnian resistance, you have my deepest thanks. I'm just glad I could help. Ever since that fateful day, the truth of what befell our loved ones has eluded us. I held the Empire and your father responsible for their part in the tragedy, and for many years that hatred was all that kept me going. Indeed, I was blinded by that hatred, so much that even you appeared to me as an enemy. I could not see the blood, sweat, and tears you have poured into bettering the lives and seeking of those seeking freedom from the Empire. I can only see a Garlian, and for that, I'm sorry. If you can forgive me, let's be allies, united against a common foe. Come now, I'm the one who should apologize to you. After all, my father and the Empire did, even if not of all of their own volition, their crimes will never be forgotten. I'd hazard even victory of the Empire won't be enough to ease such pain, and even now that I know the truth behind the Bozja incident, all it's done is make me question the choices that led me here to this moment. But regardless of the past, we have to keep pressing forward, one step at a time, for freedom. Just as the heroes of Eld would have done, we Bosnians grew up on such tales of peerless warriors, pure of heart and unwavering in their convictions. And here we are, so full of doubt and uncertainty. Will we ever earn our place in the pages of history? Cheer up! If we live long enough, perhaps we'll be the ones to pen them. You say the crystal focus is no longer responsive? It would appear what stores of ether resided within it have been depleted. I did not expect our exploration of your mind to be such a taxing endeavor. Once I identify its etheric affinity and a power source with a compliant energy frequency, I'm confident its reserves can be replenished. I thought perhaps the Alliance could use it to extract information from some of their less cooperative Garlean captives, but nothing's ever that easy, is it? I'm afraid etherology is beyond the scope of my expertise, so I'll leave the rest to you. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call me. Thank you for all your help, Master Sid. Well, I'll head back. I have a mountain of work waiting for me. Before you go... If you ever feel lost, you can always talk to me. Of course, if I run into any ether-related problems, you'll be the first to know. No, Sid, she means therapy. Sid, she means therapy! I must get to work on the crystal focus. Everything's at last in place to begin the work on the weapons of Queen Gunhilda's guard. Master Garrett will be able to apprise you of any further progress in the forging. In the meantime, we want to begin preparations for the battle. I look forward to seeing you on the front lines. Cheat all Ethernet shards in the Doman Enclave will now unlock Gongos as an Ethernet destination. But how do is there an easier way to get to the Doman Enclave in general? Meanwhile, in Valnane and Dalmasca. Our spies at the Gongos encampment have confirmed work on the Blades of Gunhilda is underway. They are welcome to them. Who has need of such trinkets when the Lady of Blades will soon be in play? We will proceed as planned. When their forces reach Bozja, you know what must be done. Understood. The Empire is fated to fall, but in its place a new nation shall rise, grander and mightier than anything the Garleans could have ever dreamed. And it shall be made possible by the very power they abhor. On the edge of memory. Save the Queen, chapter the 1st. I was hoping to get to the point where I was actually, like, at the bits where I'm supposed to be grinding, but I have to get to work. Sidception. It's called Sidception. Oh god. God damn it. Well, okay. Cool. Well, that's gonna be it for me. God, Sidception. I'll be live another time to continue this. Till then, adios.